Hello children, this is Komal Jain, your maths teacher. Today we are going to deal with a new exercise again, that is your 5.6. So here, if you just see, it's a division by 100, 10 and 100. So if you have to divide by 10, what remainder you're going to get? If you just see the trick, you will easily understand. If we know that 10's multiple ends with 0, so here if you can easily see if it is 237, you can easily understand what will be the remainder. If you just see 230, I can easily divide by 10 because we know 10 into 23 is nothing but 230, and you can easily get your remainder. If you just see on the screen now, let me zoom for you. 23 becomes your quotient, 7 becomes your remainder, okay, and 10 is your divisor and 237 becomes your dividend. So here you need to predict it very, if any of the instant you see the question, you need to understand what is the remainder. And if you take the example 2, and you can just see it is 3 4 7 8. So if I just say you the remainder is 8, 347 is your quotient, 10 is your divisor, and 3478 is a dividend. So this is what how you can easily find your quotient and remainder. The same thing, if you just see for the above examples, we conclude that when a number is divided by 10, the digit in its ones place forms the remainder. That is, the ones place, whatever digit comes, it forms as a remainder, and the remaining digits forms the quotient. Very easy it is. Now if I just go with the second, that is example 3, you can just see it is 468 divided by 100, the number of zeros if you have to click on. So if you just see if it is in hundreds place, you know, for 100 forza is 400. What is here if you are dividing it by 100, so you're going to get, that is your tens place, that is 6 and 8 both together as a remainder. 4 becomes your quotient, 100 becomes your divisor, and 468 becomes your dividend. Same thing follows with this example number 4. 85 becomes your remainder, and 24 becomes your quotient, and 100 becomes your divisor, and 2485 becomes dividend. Now if you just see, when the number is divided by 100, we conclude that the digits, the 10, the ones and the tens digits of a dividend forms the remainder, and the remaining digit forms the quotient. So here the tens and ones digit together becomes a you can say remainder. And if you just see in the example before we have discussed, that is any number divided by 10 will be will give us the ones digit as the remainder, and the rest all is quotient. So let us quickly go with the exercise sum. I will just take first example here. Okay, if I want to find 342 divided by 10, so when I should keep in mind, when I'm dividing a number by 10, my unit digit becomes a remainder, and rest all becomes your quotient. Okay, now when the number is divided by 100, that is your second sum. If you just see, not the B1, it is C1, 8648 divided by 100. So if you just see, we know when a number is divided by 100, your tens place digit and your ones place digit becomes together becomes a remainder, that is your 48, and rest all becomes your quotient, that is 86. Similarly, next one, if you just see, we'll take another example here, 992 divided by 10. So if it is divided by 10, that is your, this if you just see on the screen, let me just zoom it for you, G1. Okay, so when I take this number now, and if you want me to get the remainder out of it, it's very easy because my one digits become the remainder, that is what the ones place digit, that is 2, and 99 becomes my quotient. This is how it's very easy to find the quotient and the remainder the instant you see the numbers divided by either 10 or 100. Keep in mind two things, children. If a number is divided by 10, the ones digit, its ones digit becomes a remainder, and the other part becomes your quotient. Example I already told you. Here we have taken 992 divided by 10. So one's digit is what? 2. And the other digit remaining is 99. So 2 becomes your remainder and 99 become your quotient. I hope this you have understood clearly. When a number is divided by 100, the tens place and the unit place together becomes your remainder. That is, if you take an example here, your 80 becomes your remainder, that is ones and tens place, and remaining is 87, which becomes your quotient. So here you are going to do solve this table systematically and submit in the homework part. Let us go with the next one. If you just see quickly here, we are taking an example, or you can say solving the exercise 5.7. If you go with the examples, that is also good. It is easily understandable when you just read that example, but I will directly explain you with the first term of exercise 5.7. If you read the question here, okay, so here it is. Amit placed 936 sheets of paper equally in 18 files. 936 sheets in 18 files. How many sheets of paper did the file contain? So you need to find how many file. Example, now if you seen where as a class teacher we used to arrange your exam papers in the file in exam file where your parents comes to just see your answer papers and all that. So same thing, this example here, he has placed 936 sheets in 18 files. So how many papers were there in each file? So if you just see, before solving any story problem, children, you need to understand that we need to write a given part whatever is given in the problem. So if you just see solution, then I have written given part. See, Amit placed 936 sheets and sheets were placed in 18 files. So the number of sheets of a paper in each file is equals to 936 divided by 18. Very simple. Now you're going to divide it, that is 936 divided by 18. So 93, if you just take into the 18's table, 18 ones are 18, 18 twos are 36, 18 threes are 54, 18 fours are 72, 18 fives is 90. So here if you just see 18 six is 108, which is quite more than the value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the smaller value. So 18 fives are 90, and when I subtract it I'll get a 3, and 3 is less than 18, so I have to take my next digit down, that is 6. And 36 is easily, it can be cancelled by 18 or divided by 18, as it is a multiple of 18. So here 18 twos is 36, and 36 and minus 36 will give me 0. So your remainder, once the remainder is 0, you need to understand that the quotient, whatever you are getting as 52, the 52 papers, that is your answer. The 52 papers were you can say placed in each file. You can say 52 papers were placed in each file. So this is what your first sum is. I hope there is no doubt. You can just write the statement as well as the conclusion part of every problem, which is very important, children, when you are solving the story problem. Let us quickly go with the next one. If you just see the B1 here on the screen, 300 students were equally distributed among the 300 story books were equally distributed among the 15 children. So there is a story book. So I think so. I hope you have visited a school library where you study, where you used to read beautiful story books. You can say interesting story books. Here also 300 story books were distributed among the 15 childrens. So we need to find how much, or you can say each child received how many storybooks. So if you just see given part, I have written there were 300 storybooks. So the storybooks was were distributed among 15 children, and then each children received, we need to find how many. So I have to divide it, that is 300 divided by 15. So when I divide, we know 30, that is 3 is less than 15, so I should take the next digit as well, that becomes 30 becomes 30, and 30 I can easily go with for the division process, that is 15 twos are 30, and when you subtract it you're getting 0, but one more 0 is already there and you cannot ignore it. You need to take it down, and whatever you are taking down as a 0 value, the same 0 you need to keep it in the quotient part. So this is what 15 20s is 300. Okay, so if you just multiply, you can verify the answer as well. So each child received 20 story books. So this is what your solution for B part. If you go with the C part here, C problem, story problem. Sanya put 840 sweets in equally in 15 boxes. So she's arranging one box sweet boxes, and where she had 840 sweets, and equally she has distributed, or you can say packed and placed them in 15 boxes. So how many sweets were there in each box, you need to find. So here if you just see how many sweets it is, you can just refer your textbook as well for the question. So here I have written given part, Sanya puts 840 sweets equally in the sweet box. So 840 sweets actually Sanya has. The sweets equally, the total sweets or the number of sweets were placed in equal in 15 boxes. The quantity of sweets in each boxes we need to find, that is nothing but 840 divided by 15. When I divide children, you need to understand it is 840. 8 is less than 15, so I have to go for a 2-digit number, that is 84. And when we just go for 84, it doesn't comes in 15's table. We need to find the number which is less than 84. So if I just see it is 15 5s are 75, because 15 4s is 60 and 15 6 is 90, which is quite more than that is 60 is less than 84, quite less, and 15 6 is 90, which is quite more than 84. So I'm going to go with 15 5s are, that is 75. If you just see here this part, so 84 minus 75 will give you what? When you subtract, again your subtraction concept come into picture. So 4 is 4 is less than 5, so I take a carry from 7, and 1 and 4 becomes your 14, and 14 minus 5 is 9. 7 minus 7 is 0, and 0 will come down. So 90 is your answer. So after getting 0 down, you get a 90, and 90 also you can easily divide by 15, as it is a multiple of 15. 15 6 are 90, and here you will get answer as 56. So in each box 56 sweets were placed or put by Sania. So here if you just see, there is a homework part for you. You have to solve D, E, F in homework book. You have to try solving these sums. If you have any doubt, you can just contact me for any clarification. Let us go with the next one. If you just see this problem here, it is a practice sum next main, that is here it is given in your test book. It is the question is, a sports club collected rupees 9,526 as a training fees for the month. For a month, 11 children opted for the sports training facility. How much did each child pays? So you need to understand here what is given part in the problem. The total amount collected by the sports authority is equals to rupees 9526, that is 9,526, and the number of children opted for the training is 11. So we need to find the training fees paid by each child. How do I find it? I have to divide the total amount, that is 9,526 divided by 11. And if you just see here, 9526, when you divide it by 11, 11's table is very easy, children, I think so. I hope you enjoy 11's table, as it is the same number comes like 11 ones are 11, 11 twos are 22. So if you just see, it is the first 9 becomes very less, so I have to take with the 2-digit number, that is 95, and 95 doesn't comes in 11's table. So what I have to do is, nearest you have to find, because 11 9 is 99, which is quite more, and 11 8 is 88, so I can go with this value. So 11 8 is 88. So after subtracting, somewhere you're going to get as 7, and the next number you have to take it down, that is your next digit, that is 2, and 72 also doesn't comes in 11's table, so the lesser value in 11's table is 6. So 72 minus 6 will give you 6 again, and the next digit 6 also comes down, if you can just see on the screen. So 66 is a multiple of say 11, and I can easily divide it. So 11 6 are 66, and the remainder what you're going to get is 0. This is how you're going to find the sum. So you can just solve B as a homework in this. Okay, so solve the B1 as a homework. I hope this concept is clear to you all. So if you just see the C part here, C question, ideal sports stores Ideal Sports Store sold sports equipment to 16 children. The total amount was 7,200. How much did each child pay? If they all pay the same amount, or if they have all paid the same amount. So if the total amount already we know that it is 7,200, and the total number of children, or you can say the number of children who paid this amount is 16 children. So we need to find what is the amount paid by each child. That is nothing but what? 7,200 divided by 16. If you just see here, we have taken a 72. Here we know the 72 is not a multiple, you can say. So but we have to take a number which is less than 72 and which comes into 16's table. And if you just see, Here it is the one second. So here it is, you can just see the division part is segregated, and here is this quotient. So 16 fours are 64 will get, which is less than 72, and we can go for it. After subtracting, you're going to get as 8 is the answer. 0 you can take it down, and we know 80 also is a multiple of 16. We can easily get 16 5s is 80. That's what you're going to write the next number. 16 5s are 80, and after that you're going to get 0. Next digit 0 is remaining, so whatever you bring down this 0, you need to add in the quotient part also 1 0. So your answer becomes 450. So each child paid 450 rupees for the sports equipment. So I hope this concept also is clear. If you have any doubt, you can just contact me. Let us go with the next one. If you just see the next part, children, it is a quick drill. Quickly, we'll just see the sum. So a shop gave rupees 7,944 salary for month to 8 workers was the monthly salary for each worker. To 8 workers, and what was their monthly salary of each worker? That is the question, children. Here, what has been cancelled? So you can just refer your textbook for the question. So salary paid for the month is 7,944. Okay, and the number of workers working in the shop is equals to 8. So if you just see here, the monthly salary of each workers, we don't know, but we need to find it when we are going to get the salary of each worker is by when we divide it by the number of workers, that is 8. So if you have just seen here, I have divided, that is 7,944 divided by 8. So here if you just see 79, it doesn't comes in 8 table. We are going for the lesser number, or you can say the number which is less than 79 and which comes in 8 table. So 8 nines are 72, and after subtracting, if you can just see 79 minus 72 will give you 7. Then the next digit you will take it down, because that is it is less than 8 and we cannot divide it. Then 74 will also not come in the 8 table. Again the same number only we have to use, 8 nines 72. After subtracting, you're going to get a 2 as the answer, and the next digit is 4. Remaining digit we are going to take down, and we know that 24 is a perfect, you can say multiple of 8, and we can easily take 8 3 is a 24, and here you're going to get the remainder as 0. So remainder is 0. Quotient you're going to get as 993, that is 993. 7944 is your dividend, and divisor is 8. So if you just see here, the answer is each worker gets 993, that is 993 rupees as their monthly salary. Let us go quickly with the next sum. Quickly, if you just see the next problem, children, an NGO collected rupees 9,670 rupees as a charity for the month of June from 34 people. How much did each one pay? So here you need to find that how much what the amount paid by each person, or you can say out of 34 people, each paid how much. So if you just see amount paid by 34 people is given total, that is 8,670, and the amount paid by each of them we are going to find by dividing the total amount divided by the number of people. So here it is 8,600 8,670 divided by 34. So when you divide, you can easily just see 86, which doesn't comes in 34's table. We have to just take the value which is less than 86, and we know 34 2s is 68. After subtracting, I'm going to get the answer as 18. Okay, because here 6 is less than 8, and 1 carry you have to take from 8, that becomes your 7. So 16 minus 8 will give me as 8, and 7 minus 6 will give me as 1. So 18 is your answer you're going to get after subtraction. And the next number, which is 7, we have to take it down, because 18 is less than 34. I cannot go for division. So to go further, we need to take the next digit, that is 7, down. Even you can just see it doesn't 187 is not a multiple of 34. We need to take a number which is less than 187. And if I just go with the multiplication table, you can check it out. 34 5s is 170, which is if you just see 34 4s, it is quite less, and if you just see 34 6 is quite more. So what we are going to take is, we are going to take appropriate value which comes nearby to the value with the number which I have go to subtract. So 187 minus 170 will give me 17. You can easily just make it out because it is a subtraction process. Again 17 becomes less than 34. What I am going to do is 0, I am going to take it down. Already know 170 is a perfect multiple of 34. So I have to go again with the 5, that is 34 5s are 170. So remainder you are going to get after subtracting is 0. So your quotient is 255. That means each person paid rupees 255 as a charity to the NGO. Children, here the homework part is C and D, as you can just solve in your homework book, or you can say just solve it and just show me whether if it is correct. You can just proceed writing in your classwork. And the next thing is, if you have any doubt, you can just clarify now, or that instant you can just message me about this, any if you have any doubt. Quickly we'll go with the next part. If you just see, children, in this part 5.8, we are going to frame the word problem. How we used to frame the word problem in multiplication, then for the subtraction we used to frame word problem. The same concept here. I know some many people or students were finding some difficulty in this part. So let me explain you very easily. If you just see the example here, they have given a simple problem, that is 200 divided by 8. You can take any material or any you can just say things which you can just describe, like they have taken here in the example is caps. So the cost of 8 caps is 200. What is the cost of 1 cap? Similarly here, the number which is less, you're going to get the material, or you can say the quantity of the things, and the number, the 200, you can just describe it as the amount. So it is easy to frame the sentence or frame the problem. If you go with the first sum, that is your 150 divided by 15, you can just write, or you can just frame the sentence like this. Here the same, you can just refer the example as well, and you can just frame the word problem here. The cost of 15 pence is equals to 150. So what is the cost of 1 pen? So here if you just see, it is very easy to frame a problem based on the reference with whatever is given in the example. Similarly 400 divided by 10. So you can just tell the quantity, that is any material which is that is the less sorry, the value which is the number which is less, that is 10. You can just go for any things, or you can just say any example, like the cost of 10 mangoes is equals to 400. So what is the cost of 1 mango? So how, this is how you want to frame the word problem out of the sum given. So if you face any problem in this framing the story problems or word problem, you can just contact me. I feel this is very easy, quite easy. You can just frame it, you'll take your own example. Now here also you can take the cost of 7 umbrellas is 140, not 7 umbrellas, your cost of 7 yeah, the cost of 7 books you can take. The cost of 7 books is 147. What is the cost of each book? It should be realistic also, children. And the next is 520 divided by 20. You can take any example. It may be painting brush, your color box. Number of examples are there, but it should be realistic. You can't take any unrealistic material into the word problem. It should be realistic. I hope this concept also is clear to you all. If it is not clear, please do message me so that we can clarify at that moment. Thank you for the class. And if you have any doubt, please submit the homework in time, children. Thank you.